the first to know Nsem-Pii TV.
And the ECOWAS court etimi edeba betu edwa se yama mi get through tokonu application baako a ono edeba be pie mu ewo ECOWAS court se sa investigative committee no a John Dramani Mahama ete se one enhwehwe na asemu no nenka ECOWAS court no enhwe na ontimi enhote investigative committee no na court no etna say a ohwehwe mu no eno ka say enya de say obeye sa all in the name of ekwan a won efa so efale ade no instead of the main case no ankasa a eno ewo court no eba be focus no NDC amanyoko no and respond to ena sa we no ECOWAS court ebogu no ena wonani abre no de ye propaganda including deputy attorney general na ba be post at the Twitter eno nam so ema ECOWAS court emi abre etimi ama agi 30 days so on fan response emra enmanu ya because what timina time ekoko post we mu dia ene esenya time na bra na sem no ayede aba be pie mu ECOWAS court no bra ne be yi ano na lawyer Ayikoo Otoo ono ye cancel ede ema ye maami getu tokonu ni obi twetwe nkomo na wa kyerɛkyerɛ mu pa enya asem kutu enkonko tie.
What was the ruling from the ECOWAS court today?
Well, I have been saying that, but I don't think what has happened is even newsworthy. Newsworthy in the sense that when the government, as well as the committee, started doing things which will prejudice the hearing, some of us sounded the alarm bells. You see, if you remember, they had not finished hearing all the petitions. Out of the 3 petitions which His Excellency the President asked them to inquire into, they inquired into only one. And in an indecent they rushed and went and presented a report to the President. The same day, the President said he had accepted the recommendation that the CJ be removed. When indeed they had not finished doing the other, petitions or inquiry into them at all. So if you are given 3 petitions and you finish one, where is the evidence that you have complied with the orders given to you or directives issued to you? Now, we did say that there were cases pending at the High Court and the Supreme Court, and that it would be better for all these things to be cleared out of the way before government embarks on making a nomination to the position of Chief Justice. The government didn't listen to us. It made a nomination. When a person was to appear before Parliament, alarm bells were raised in Parliament. The minority stood their ground to say that what we are doing is not fair. There are cases pending at the High Court, Supreme Court, and ECOWAS Court. So stop it. Just respect the boundaries of authority. The case is pending before the judiciary. You are the executive. Just respect the boundaries. The legislature, which is also an arm of government, can also hold on to respect what the judiciary will say. They will have none of that. And I went ahead, bettered him, and issued their report recommending him. Before anybody could say Jack, they went ahead and swore him in. You see, when you do these things, you are fixing the judiciary with a fait accompli. That's all they have done. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what they are celebrating. Because for all intents and purposes, as we see today, they have a new Chief Justice. So if they grant an injunction that the removal or the suspension of the former Chief Justice is not proper, would they reverse everything? Would they reverse it?
Yeah, but the
So
Chief
they are saying that for purposes of the interim injunction, let it go. What is newsworthy is the fact that they made a preliminary determination
Sure.
that indeed rights have been violated and that the Attorney General is given 30 days to respond to the substantive matter, to give them an opportunity to hear the case. That is not an interim matter. That would be the substantive matter. So once the substantive matter, a judgment is given which says that whatever they did was wrong, it will be left to the president. And here is Attorney General going about saying that whatever the courts will say, they will abide by it. I hope you have heard that one.
Yeah, I have.
So we are not worried about any interim. In fact, to make the point that in October, lawyers wrote to the ECOWAS court to say that the things have taken so long and that we are no longer interested in the interim measures.
Okay.
And that they should rather give us a date.
For the substantive issue.
Those letters are also being circulated.
So for you as counsel, you were expecting the kind of ruling from the court on the application for interim measures that the court may come to the conclusion they came to today, right?
Saying that we had even written the Nigerian solicitor, Falana, to the court already.
Okay.
That they should not waste their time on that matter, but should rather proceed to consider the matter itself.
Okay. And you had also applied for a default judgment. Is that the case?
Because they have refused to file their response from the time the matter went there.
Sure.
You remember recently in Parliament, Afenyo made that point that they waited when the
Nsem-Pii
Chief Justice nominee was to appear. Then the Attorney General went to court to say that he wanted extension of time. And he was given 3 weeks to go and file it. So although they have been going about telling everybody that indeed there are cases pending before the Supreme Court, they had in fact not responded to any of them. They had not responded.
But
so this is nothing. I mean, I don't know what it is that we are talking about. Let me read this one to you. We have a little time. Re-institute number and so talk on the Republic of Ghana notification on breach of lease pending and request for date to hear substantive suits. The above subject matters referred is we are counsel representing the plaintiff in the above reference suit. The plaintiff commenced a suit seeking the enforcement of fundamental rights in relation to a position as a substantive Chief Justice of Ghana on June 30th, 2025. Although the defendant was served with both a substantive suit and motion for interim measures, the defendant state elected to respond to the interim measures that were heard on July 14, 2025. Despite the pendency of the suit challenging the plaintiff's suspension and seeking an order to restrain the defendant's state, the President of the Republic removed her as a Chief Justice of the Court on September 1st. That time, the motion had already been heard. He went ahead and removed her. Thus, this honorable court has been presented with a fiat in an apparent move to present this honorable court with a fiat complaint and thereby undermine the independence of the judiciary. Even though the defendant has disregarded the hallowed principle of least pending, the ruling of this honorable court on the provisional measures, by mark my words, will no longer be necessary. Let me repeat it. The ruling will no longer be necessary, as it has been overtaken by the contemptuous act of the defendant. We are, on account of the foregoing, compelled to request for the shortest possible date to hear the substantive suit. So, what are they celebrating?
Oh, okay.
What are they celebrating?
And I think what also generated this controversy was in an attempt to update the rest of the country on what happened at the ECOWAS court, the Deputy Attorney General concentrated on the court's ruling relative to this, interim application, i.e., the one seeking provisional measures. And in his update, he made the point that the court has thrown out that application. In that update as well, he didn't touch on, the fact that the court has ordered the Attorney General to file their response in 30 days relative to the substantive matter. And that's what I think has created this whole, controversy on social media especially.
Well, they are playing politics. It's always in politics. So they are just playing politics, just as they told everybody that they cannot work with her. They cannot reset the judiciary with her. And now when they come, they will remove her. So the whole thing was just trumped up. Got some people to write some petitions, quickly got others, the Council of State, to say we have found a prima facie case. And then they went ahead and removed her, set up a committee. Yeah. And you saw the reasons that were given, that they don't make any sense. How can a head of judiciary be said to have engaged herself in misconduct for transferring a worker? Not that he even dismissed the worker, but for transferring the worker. They say that amounts to, better misbehavior. And when the person in charge of the accounts, the spending officer, had explained that she was entitled to travel with other persons, they still said that for them, they owe the liable for whatever it is that has happened. I mean, you look at the grounds, there are no grounds, there are nothing. You said you have made a prima facie determination. It says, show me the prima facie determination to enable me to prepare so I can come and appear before your poor man committee, which you have set up. You said you will not have none. You will not give it. So she was never given the grounds for the so-called prima facie determination. Up to today, we have not seen it.
So you are saying when she wrote to the president that she would want to be heard before the prima facie determination, the president granted her that opportunity,
yes,
asked her to respond, which she did, and yes, then the Council of State, together with the president, came to the conclusion that there are some prima facie determinations that have been made. You are saying those determinations and the basis of those determinations were not made available to her?
Never, up to today. And meanwhile, you know the meaning of prima facie.
Sure.
It's just on sight, at first sight, at first blush. You haven't gone into the merits, but you just say that, well, I've seen some prima facie matters. So you go and see whether you confirm what it is that are taking place or what we have seen to be wrongdoing. For example, you remember somebody said she traveled and she was giving a per diem and that she didn't retire the per diem. It was a blatant lie. She retired everything when she arrived back here. So assuming you have used this as a prima facie determination that she has refused to retire some monies, accountable interest. Now you found that what they are saying is wrong. You understand? But you never even showed them what the so-called prima facie determination was. But yet you ask her to go and appear before a committee and answer whatever charges have been laid against her. Now, if you remember, there were over 23 or 20-something charges. They said they found only 3 proving. And the three themselves were so hollow, useless grants that they said they are found.
So when you went before the committee may have read the details of the prima facie determination to your client for her response, no?
Why are you saying may have? If they did that, why should we complain? You said they may have, which is the same as might have. So you are only semantic. It's not true. They didn't.
They didn't
We
do
kept
that?
asking them several times. I made several. Those of you who have seen the reports, if they recorded them, if they did faithful recording, you will see it. We asked more than once, about 3 times, that we have not seen the prima facie determination, and we don't know what it is that we are answering. They won't mind it. They, even at one stage, they told us that it is not for them to supply it to us. It was the president and the council of state, so we should go there.
And did you make that attempt to go there?
We didn't worry ourselves. Because if he says he has given it to them to confirm or deny whether those things are true, then they had it in their custody.
Yeah.
That is what they are going back. So they are the proper person to give it to us.
As far as your client is concerned, I mean, based on all the pending applications before the court, which applications, if determined in her favor, would mean that her removal was unconstitutional? I get a sense that your client does not recognize the fact that there is, for the want of a better expression, a new Chief Justice in place, right?
Well, we're not in court before the new Chief Justice was sworn in. So what question are you asking?
No. I'm asking...
Are you saying we have now gone to court after he has been sworn in?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying because of the pendency of all the applications in court, you disagree with the fact that the executive should go ahead and nominate, vet, and swear in a new Chief Justice.
We said all that and they didn't listen to us. So what are you saying now? They didn't listen to us. We told them to hold on. You all saw what happened in Parliament. Even today, from what we are hearing, some majority people are saying Sh0cks has brought the Parliament to disrepute and that he should even be punished for what he did. Now, what was it that he was saying? All he said was that there are cases pending. Can we please hold on? It was not the long and short. Was that not the long and short of all that Sh0cks was saying?
Yes.
So we said everything. They didn't listen to us.
I believe you are still waiting anxiously for the court in Ghana to fix date for the various applications before the court here in Ghana, right?
You heard Sh0cks saying that in the Supreme Court case, just like the ECOWAS, they refuse to file anything. All that they are interested in is in filing to contest interim orders. Because that one too, there was an interim application which went to the Supreme Court, the lead judgment being rendered by Umadu Tanko, if you remember.
Yes.
So that one, they quickly filed their papers. In the same way, when we asked for certiorari, they quickly went there. When we were not given a date, then they filed saying that the court had no jurisdiction because the matters we are coming to talk about took place in the in camera. And they were giving a date quickly, and that one was heard. And the case was dismissed. The substantive matter, no date was heard. This is what we have been going through.
As counsel, would you still advise your client to really be interested in these cases now that we have a substantive Chief Justice?
Oh, that is not the issue.
Yeah.
That is rather not the issue. Yeah, the issue is that our case was pending before.
I agree. Yes, that I agree.
Chief Judge. So we have to, take all sorts of things into consideration. We can consider that as well. Whether we are not, as it were, giving them opportunity for them to rule against us and fix us again with another peer complaint in later years. So these are all matters we can always talk